Hello, here I'm going to explain you how to draw a histogram by hand. We're going to take into account this data, and we're going to think that these are the ages of the people who is visiting a museum. The first thing that we have to create is the frequency table. In this frequency table, we're going to have the classes for the ages and the frequency. In these classes, well, I'm going to create, taking into account the values that I have in the data, that the smallest value is 7 and the largest value is 67. So I'm going to create the classes 10 by 10. So the first class is going to be from 0 less or equal than x and less than 10. And I'm going to count how many values I have in this class. So I have 1 and 2, and there are no more. Now I'm going to create the next class. The next class goes from 10, including the 10 because here it wasn't included, less than 20. And now I'm going to count how many values I have in this category or in this class. So here I have non-values. The next class goes from 20, including 20, until 30. And we're going to count again how many values I have in this category. Here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. The next category is going to go from 30, including 30, until 40. And again, we're going to count how many values we have here. 1 and 2. The next category goes from 40 until 50. And again, we're going to count how many values we have here. 1, 2, 3, and that's it. 3 values. Next category goes from 50 less or equal than x less than 60, and we count how many values we have here. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And the last but not least category goes from 60 less or equal than x less than 70. And here we're going to count 1 and 2 values. Okay, if we add all the frequencies, this must give us 20 because it's the amount of data that we have. Okay, so if we add, this is 2 plus 0, 2 plus 6, 8 plus 2, 10 plus 3, 13 plus 5, 18 plus 2, 20. So here we have 20 values, 20 data. Okay, now we're going to draw the histogram. To make the histogram, well, first we have to check which is the highest value in the frequency. In this case is 6, so we're going to draw from 0 until 6. Okay, we have to try that all the values have the same measure, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And here in the x-axis, well, we're going to have not this information, but the upper boundary of each of the classes. Okay, so here we start in 0. So the next value that I'm going to write is the upper boundary. In this case, it's 10, then 20, 30, 40, 50, and so on. So here we have 10. Again, same space because, well, it's the same value, the same amount, 30, 40, 50, 60, and 70, right? Now I'm going to draw the bars for each of my frequency. So we're going to start from 0 to 10. So this is 2. So goes from here to here, right? So these are the values. These are the values that are, well, belongs to 10, from 0 to 10. Then we goes from 10 to 20. That it says is 0, so here it is. There is no values here. Then we goes from 20 to 30. So from 20 to 30, this says there are 6, so we're going to go until here. And these are the values that we have here. Remember that because it's a histogram, there are not spaces between the bars. Okay, next it's from 30 to 40. So here we goes 2 again. Then from 40 to 50, there are 3. So it goes until 3, up to 3. Then from 50 to 60, that is 5, so we go up to 5. And then from 60 to 70, we go until 2, up to 2. And of course, we cannot forget to label each of the axes. So remember that here are the category for the ages, right? I'm going to do it with this, ages. And here we have the frequency, right? And don't forget to write a title for this. This is a histogram for the ages people who visit the museum. Wow. And that's it.